Are you curious to explore how Mahatma Gandhi's principles of nonviolence and peace intersected with the events unfolding in Kashmir in 1947? Also, what are the roles played by Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Jawaharlal Nehru, and Vallabhbhai Patel during this conflict? Get ready for an engaging and simplified exploration that promises to answer your questions about this sensitive topic. Now, let's journey back to the year 1947, a time of immense upheaval and uncertainty in the Indian subcontinent. One of the most tragic and still unresolved legacies of the partition was the series of Indo-Pak wars over Kashmir, with the first erupting in October 1947, right after independence of both countries in previous month. Jammu and Kashmir, with a population of approximately 4 million people, predominantly Muslim by 3/4, was ruled by an autocratic Hindu Maharaja Hari Singh. Lord Mountbatten, the last viceroy of British India, asked Hari Singh to choose between India and Pakistan. This was because the princely states, including Jammu and Kashmir, were given the option to accede to either India or Pakistan after the partition of British India in August 1947. This was part of the process of determining the future of these states following the end of British colonial rule. The Maharaja Hari Singh, who favored maintaining independence for his state, envisioning it as a potential Switzerland of Asia, entered into standstill agreements with both dominions by late August. However, by October, Maharaja Hari Singh's time to choose between India and Pakistan had elapsed. In early October 1947, the conflict in Kashmir ignited as impoverished Muslim peasants in Poonch rose against their Hindu landlords. Reports from October 10th in the London Times detailed the harrowing systematic extermination of Muslims in Poonch by the forces of the Hindu Maharaja of Kashmir. Fleeing to Pakistan, many of Poonch's Muslim peasants found refuge and support, their stories of terror resonating sympathetically with the Pakistani populace. By month's end, they were bolstered by frontier Pathan tribals, eager to join the fray, loading their rifles onto British Army trucks bound for Kashmir. On October 22nd, a sizable force of armed Pathan tribesmen launched an invasion of Kashmir, seizing control of Muzaffarabad, which was earmarked to become the capital of Pakistan's portion of Kashmir. Maharaja Hari Singh swiftly evacuated with his family and valuable possessions from the threatened capital of Srinagar and moved to Jammu. Despite pressures, he adamantly refused to sign the instrument of accession to join India. In response, Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru and Home Minister Vallabhbhai Patel ordered the readiness of over 100 civil and military transport planes across northern India. On October 26, India's 1st Sikh Battalion was airlifted from Delhi's airport to Srinagar, arriving ahead of the invading tribal forces. They successfully pushed back the invaders towards the outskirts of Muzaffarabad along the Baramulla Road. Within days, Maharaja Hari Singh relented and agreed to sign the instrument of accession, formally seeking India's assistance against the raiders who had encroached upon his state. In these situations, Mahatma Gandhi stressed at his meetings in Delhi, saying, "The people of Kashmir should be asked whether they want to join Pakistan or India. Let them do as they want. The ruler is nothing. The people are everything." Nehru expressed his consent for a plebiscite to be conducted in the state, emphasizing the prerequisite of restoring law and order and the complete withdrawal of all invading forces beforehand. Mahatma Gandhi was asked by people who attended his meetings what he thought of the conflict in Kashmir. If the people of Kashmir are in favor of opting for Pakistan, no power on earth can stop them from doing so, but they should be left free to decide for themselves. If the people of Kashmir, in spite of its Muslim majority, wish to accede to India, no one can stop them. If the people of the Indian Union are going there to force the Kashmiris, they should be stopped. They should stop by themselves. About this, I have no doubt. Prime Minister Nehru dispatched General Hiralal Adel, a Kashmiri pundit, to Srinagar to initiate covert operations across Kashmir, which included attempts to sabotage several bridges over the Jhelum River. Nehru displayed greater enthusiasm and focus on the conflict in Kashmir than on the pressing and distressing refugee crises demanding attention in Delhi. In late October, Governor-General of Pakistan, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, attempted to dispatch 2 brigades of Pakistan's regular army into Kashmir to confront India's military presence there. However, Field Marshal Auchinleck, who was Supreme Commander of British forces in South Asia, intervened and halted his plans. Auchinleck promptly flew to Lahore to convey to Pakistan's Governor-General that unless the order was rescinded, every British officer within Pakistan's army would be instructed to immediately stand down. This directive would commence with General Douglas Gracie, Pakistan's commander-in-chief. Such action would leave Pakistan's army without leadership. Consequently, Jinnah had to retreat from his stance. Meanwhile, Nehru refused to discuss anything with Jinnah. Also, Nehru did not allow his colleagues to have any contact with Jinnah. Gandhi was questioned about whether he had abandoned his belief in nonviolence and sanctioned the actions of India's army in Kashmir. He sadly replied, "I am a nobody and no one listens to me. I have never abandoned my nonviolence. It was acceptable till we attained independence. Now, they Nehru and Patel wonder how they can rule with nonviolence. If I could have my way of nonviolence and everybody listened to me, we would not send our army as we are doing now. And if we did send, it would be a nonviolent army. It would be a nonviolent war. But to whom can I say this? Today poison has spread on all sides, and people kill each other in barbarous manner." On November 11, 1947, Nehru traveled to Srinagar to boost the morale of his troops, affirming that, "During the past 2 weeks, the eyes of India have been fixed on Kashmir, where a battle is in progress between freedom and slavery. I am proud of you. I congratulate you all, officers and men belonging to all branches. You have not only saved Kashmir, you have also restored the prestige of India, your mother country." However, during his visit to Kashmir, Nehru was dismayed to learn that on November 5th and 6th, approximately 5,000 Muslims had been forcibly displaced from their homes in Jammu. They were then escorted in convoys by Kashmiri state Dogra Hindu troops, who abandoned them outside the city limits to face attacks by RSS terrorists from India. This distressing revelation sobered the compassionate Prime Minister Nehru, yet it did not alter his stance on agreeing to a plebiscite in Kashmir. Nehru was not only deeply committed to safeguarding and defending Kashmir at any cost, but he, along with Home Minister Vallabhbhai Patel, also believed that the conflict over Kashmir would rapidly deplete Pakistan's resources. This conviction led to the cessation of all urban welfare and rural development initiatives across India. Despite Gandhi's efforts to persuade them to cease hostilities in Kashmir, his appeals fell on deaf ears. He discerned that Nehru and Patel aimed to financially strain Pakistan by intensifying the Kashmir conflict and withholding substantial overdue payments owed to Pakistan's treasury. These funds constituted Pakistan's portion of British India's cash assets, held in Delhi's central bank. Gandhi implored his associates to promptly release these funds, arguing that withholding promised payments was dishonorable. Gandhi had always been meticulous about honoring his financial obligations, just as he was about fulfilling promises. On December 25, 1947, Gandhi offered a simple solution to end the Kashmir War. "Can we not settle the issue between ourselves? One should always admit one's mistakes. I shall advise Pakistan and India to sit together and decide the matter. The Maharaja can step aside. If they want an arbitrator, they can appoint one." This marked Mahatma Gandhi's final gesture to contribute to India in the manner he deemed most fitting, as an unbiased mediator for peace. Rather than receiving gratitude from his former followers and an immediate acceptance of his generous offer to serve, Gandhi's proposal was met with silence. Gandhi reported a few days later, "I have been severely reprimanded for what I said concerning Kashmir." Had Nehru heeded Gandhi's counsel and extended an invitation for him to mediate the Kashmir conflict alongside Jinnah, it's plausible that India and Pakistan could have avoided 3 wars and the devastating loss of numerous lives. Among the casualties, at least 50,000 were Kashmiri people. On January 12, 1948, Mahatma Gandhi embarked on his final fast, employing this fiery and impassioned weapon to convey his message of love to ears that were deaf to verbal appeals. His fast aimed to achieve far more than the mere payment of the 550 million rupees owed to Pakistan from British India's cash balance debt, a commitment long overdue from Nehru and Patel. Despite this broader purpose, many Hindus perceived Gandhi's fasting as solely motivated by his desire to fulfill this payment obligation to Pakistan. Some even demanded that he fast until death rather than merely to capacity, as he initially declared. 3 days after Gandhi ceased eating, India's cabinet announced its decision to transfer the funds to Pakistan. On the 4th day, Gandhi thanked the cabinet, hoping this would lead to an honorable settlement not only of the Kashmir question, but of all the differences between the two dominions. Friendship should replace the present enmity. On Friday, January 30, 1948, Nathuram Godse, a Hindu Brahmin filled with hatred, shot Mahatma Gandhi 3 times at close range in the chest, causing his death. Despite challenges, he championed peace and empathy, resonating with Kashmiris. His legacy inspires peaceful resolutions, emphasizing compassion and dialogue for enduring peace in Kashmir. Mahatma Gandhi's Kashmir efforts epitomized his dedication to nonviolence, justice, and dignity. Over the past 75 years, since 1947, the Kashmiri people have endured a tumultuous journey marked by strife, conflict, and uncertainty. Amidst political turmoil and external pressures, they have consistently strived for their rights, dignity, and self-determination. As Kashmir looks towards the future, it is imperative that the voices and aspirations of its people are honored and respected, paving the way for a sustainable resolution that addresses their grievances and ensures a peaceful and prosperous future for all. Please subscribe to the channel for more interesting stories.